Hello and welcome back to Planet Coaster! Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are having a wonderful day because things are actually going relatively well once again for the park. Admittedly, we do have just about 200 guests, which isn't really as much as I'd like. We don't have as much money as I'd like either, and we are probably going to begin today by taking another loan, even though I have just spent the time between episodes paying off both of the loans that we took in the previous episode. The reason I'm considering these loans is because I do want to go ahead and, number one, move all of my rides into this area over here. I want to put the Wild Blue over here. I want to put the Venetian Carousel maybe up this way. I want to put the Whirly Rig in there if I can get it, or if not, up there. And I also want to get the teacups on the go. Now, they're only $900, so that's not actually that much, but of course, decoration and all that stuff is going to make it a little bit more expensive. Now, what I will do very quickly is, now I'd have to close the teacups to actually get it to, or not the teacups, the Whirly Rig, which interestingly hasn't made a profit last month, so I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to, try to move it. Now, it's obviously not going to fit in there. I imagine it would fit in there. Yeah, it absolutely would. So that's good to see. We can get the teacups sort of up that way, which I think will look really, really nice indeed. So the teacups can sort of live in that corner if I so desire to move them, which I think, honestly, I will. So there we go. Teacup, not the, why do I keep saying teacups? The Whirly Rig. It's the Whirly Rig. It's not the teacups at all. But it's been moved, which I think is a fair thing to do. Obviously going to want to move the entrance a little bit to have the entrance, I think, sort of there is going to be the best spot. Then we're going to want to get ourselves a nice queue on this, which is going to be this one. No, that's not a queue. Which is going to be this one. Nope, this one. I think this. What one was it? It was the blue one, wasn't it? I think. It was a blue one. Was it this one? I think it was just the, I think it was just this blue path. So that's fine. We'll go ahead and get this in here. It's not necessarily parallel to the other path, which is kind of annoying, but, well, I'll deal with it. We'll go ahead and do that for the queue path there. We can get some decorations around that in a second. I would like to, of course, move this along with the sign, please. So select the sign, the actual sign itself. Why can't I seem to click on that? There we go. All right, so grab those and then move them. So they're going to go down this way. We'll give it a bit of a quick rotate, and then we'll just push it back to there. And we'll move it across. So the Whirly Rig has been moved, and I think it looks pretty decent there. We can get some nice details around it. Obviously going to need to basically go in and just sell everything from this area. So we'll just delete all of that, which will give me a little bit of money back. And we're also going to need to delete this queue as well. So there we go. That's that queue deleted, which is going to be good stuff. We'll go ahead and delete these benches and the bin that was there as well. And that frees up a good bit of space in that side of the park and fills in a bit of space over that way. Now, what is the current queue rating for the Whirly Rig? It is 15%. I would definitely like it to be higher. So, let's go to scenery, let's go to props, and let's go to signs and advertising. And I kind of like this, even though it's more of a coaster thing. We could add a big gulpy billboard, although we have one there already. So we'll add this billboard of the guest, which I think is it's a pretty good one to have. Where are we going to add it to, though? I guess there could sort of work, somewhere in between those two bits of queue. So if we just hit X real quick, we can just slide that on in there. And then just bring it a little bit forward. And there we go. So that's going to live there, which will be a decent little bit of decoration. I need to make sure I don't completely cover it, obviously. But I'm also going to want to get myself a light in here. So it's going to go to about there. Just like so. And I think that's probably okay. Just the one light. I think just the one light's all we're gonna need. I would really like to get some spotlights on this though, because this thing could look real nice with a few spotlights. So something kind of like that shining up on the side of it, in maybe a blue color. It's definitely an option. I think we'll maybe go yellow actually. Get a little bit of yellow shining up on the side of that, and a little bit of nature to just mix things up as well. Let's go for a smaller acacia. Let's actually not go for acacia trees. Let's go for the beech trees. They are smaller and they're a bit of a nicer size. So I'll throw one in there. And then I want to put some green leafy bushes just around the spotlight here. And back there a little bit too. One of those can go there, and we'll get a slightly smaller one just done in front there. I think that looks nice though. I do. I think it looks simple but effective. I don't think I want an oak tree. Don't think I want that tree either. I do want a birch tree though. I don't remember where they are though. Birch tree? Ash tree? Nope. Looking for birch. Birch or nothing. Maybe that one? Nope. Why can I not find the birch trees? I use them all the time. I feel like, oh, there they are. I feel like I'm losing it. It's not a good feeling. Get the birch tree in there, and get a slightly bigger one just in there, and the little small one just in there. I think that looks nice though. What's the rating? 34%. It could be better though. I feel like I want that rating to be better, so give me some small rocks to throw around in here. And just decorate the place as well. A little bit expensive, these rocks. I will say, a little bit more expensive than I would expect them to be. Let's get a birch tree just there as well. And let's have a look. 39%, that'll do. Let's open it. And hope for the best. So now that that's all oh, you know what I should do? I should probably decorate that more. I should probably decorate all of my my queue paths a little bit. Like that one's 44%, which is all right, but these ones are 72 and 73, which is real good. So let's see what we can do to this, if anything. I need it to be, I need it to be good, you know? It needs to look decent. Needs to look like the kind of place you're gonna want to go. I could throw an ash tree in there, which I guess I will do. I think it's like the biggest tree in the park now. That's fine. 42% still. What am I missing? I feel like it's probably not rocks, let's be honest. It's probably not rocks that are in demand. So, oh, I don't have money. Well, that's annoying. That is a problem. We do have money now, but it would be nice if the rides and tickets would make a little bit more cash, because they're not currently really doing that. So if they would, that would be nice. Where are you guys going? Oh, back in the Whirly. There's like what this one family is making the Whirly Rig worth it. Well, they're not actually. They are the Whirly Rig is just flat out not making money. Oh, this would explain where my money went. That was broken, wasn't it? All right, fair enough. Let's come back over this way and see what we can do. So $5 for a bin. Let's get the bin there. Couple of little benches along there as well. That one's going to have to be deleted. Or undone, I suppose. Hold on a minute. If I delete you, I get $5 back. If I undo you, I get $10 back. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. That's an interesting way to, refund things. If you kind of place something accidentally, just undo it as opposed to just deleting it. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. I'm definitely going to have to keep that in mind. Having a look here, park management is costing me a lot. Interestingly, like I said, rides and tickets are just not making anything. Well, they are now. I just don't understand why they keep dipping so much. It is kind of strange. As for park management, am I paying anything back? No, my loans aren't being paid back. In terms of balance, I mean, I get it's staff wages, isn't it? It is just staff wages. which is kind of a necessary thing, I guess. Now, Hats Fantastic's interestingly closed. Why is it closed? Let's open that, get it going. None of you guys closed? Nope. Let's have a look over at Hot Dog Squad. Also closed. Why are they closed? Oh, great. You guys are stuck in the ride. Beautiful. Is it being fixed? Where's the... Oh, there he is. All right, buddy. You do you. That's fine. Are you guys going to go for a hot dog? No, you guys went for a hot dog, though. That's good. Oh, do I take a loan? Do I take a loan? That's the real question here. I feel like the answer is going to be... It's going to have to be yes, or we're going to get nothing done. So, we're going to take the $5,000 loan, which gives me enough money to come over here and get the teacups. Oh, wow. They are bigger than I thought they'd be. Right. Let's start by turning off and then moving the wild blue to, I think this area. I think this area is going to be good for it. So we're going to put the wild blue right about there. And then the entrance for the ride is going to be orange. And is going to come, not going to go like that. It's going to come out like this. It's going to curve over like this. I don't know what angle that's on. That's a bit weird. Let's maybe just turn off angle snapping completely. So this can curve around real nicely. Let's also increase the length so it actually does have a nice little curve to it. So it's going to go like that. And then I kind of want it to curve that way. And then I want it to curve like that. Just a nice bit of a curve on the queue so I can get some decoration in there. And actually make it look kind of pretty. So I think that'll be good. Actually, you know what? Nah, I don't like it. I'm really not a fan of the overly curved path. I think that looks better. There we go. Then if we head over this way, we are going to want to grab the various signs. So we'll grab that. We'll grab you. And we're going to move them over this way. And hopefully I can actually get them into this space. It looks like it might be a bit of a tight fit, but I'm certainly going to try. Rotate that way. And that looks to me like it's fine. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and delete not the coaster, but the all the stuff that was around the queue for the wild blue. So I can't seem to click on anything else there. Wouldn't let me. Yeah, this isn't letting me use the multi-select thing. That's strange. That's really strange. There we go. Delete all of that. And then maybe just go through an individual... Oh god, there's a lot of plants to delete. Let's get it done. Needs to be done. Delete the lights. Delete just the everything, including the plants. There we go. And then the path. So that can just go away like so. And then we have this nice big open space, which is good stuff. Can I get the carousel into that space, I wonder? I think I'm going to have to find out. Ooh. Doesn't look like it, does it? Which is a real shame, because that's not a bad spot for it. That really isn't a terrible spot for the carousel. I wonder what this area over here. That's got to be enough space, right? Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I want to see. Let's go ahead and connect the carousel up so the... I think I'll shuffle about the exit and the entrance a little bit on this one. So the carousel can go there and also be raised up a bit. For some reason it doesn't want to have it raised up and be close to the path. That's odd. But the carousel can go there. We will place the entrance just there for a second. We will place the exit just there. Then move the entrance to this side. Actually, move the entrance sort of back there a little bit. No, keep the entrance on this side. Let's just keep the entrance, like, there. Then the queue is gonna be... I could take it that way, so I could get a longer queue, but I don't think I need a longer queue. I think I want to bring the length of the path down to 2. Then use... let's see, what would look nice? I think these little cobbles look really nice. Just bring a little queue over like this. It's a little bit more messy than some of the queues I've had before, but I think it kind of works. Get some plants in there, make it look nice and all that stuff. It'll be good. So the carousel can live there, and it is now open. The wild blue is broken down, which is just great. That's perfect. Also going to want to move the sign for this as well. So let's shuffle it over to its side of the park, delete the trees and the path, and then get everything up and running. And hopefully having my rides clustered together like this is maybe going to encourage people to go on them a little bit more. And it might also result in every ride sort of benefiting from everything around it, is my thinking, because, I mean, if you think about it, you know, the Insanity and the Sakola are benefiting from being beside each other because they both have pretty good queue scenery ratings, or whatever that is. Whatever that stat is. Let's rotate that this way a little bit. That seems fine. Then bring it down to there. And bring it across to... About there is going to have to do. It's not quite central, but it's about as good as I'm going to get. That seems fine. Alright. Let's do a little bit of detailing, and let's hope for the best. Okie dokie, job done. We have a 68% scenery rating on the queue for the Wild Blue, and for the Venetian Carousel, we have 84%. Has that helped either of these rides? 73 and 85. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, well, I guess the next step, logically, is going to be to, well, get another ride in here. We're going to want to get the teacups, aren't we? We're also probably going to want to move all of that stuff over there, so let's just quickly get rid of those trees and the bushes and all that. Because we are going to want to move the shops to be where the rides are and all that stuff. So let's begin with the teacups, which is bloody huge. It's a big old ride, that. Let's see, where could we put it? I guess up this end does kind of make sense. So somewhere like there is probably the best spot. I kind of like the idea of raising it up as well. So let's see. And the teacups are done. And with that, we can run the simulation, thus opening the teacups, reopening the Venetian Carousel, and leaving this in need of repair. But the good news is that with the teacups, we should have a few new people coming into the park. And with the money we currently have, I'm also going to go ahead and start researching some new themes. So I'd kind of like the fairy tale theme, which is going to cost me 500 a month. I also really think I want to get another... I could get more food stuff. I think I might go for scenery? Some special effects could be nice. Although another family ride could be good. Let's go for another thrill ride. That's going to cost me a fair bit of money, but I think it'll be okay. Looks like there's a decent number of people coming up this way. I wonder if that's maybe too far. I am curious, like, is that maybe a bit too far out there? Is that maybe why people aren't going to it? It's difficult to know these things. It's always difficult to know these things. You also can't really see the queue under there. But it does look kind of nice, if a little open on this side, but that's fine. I will say the queue for the Wild Blue is worse. It is a proper little cove of trees there, a proper little archway of trees. Kind of beautiful, really. Kind of beautiful. I will also point out that, interestingly, we've gotten another ride, but the number of people in the park hasn't really gone up. And the guest happiness isn't great either. I wonder... Oh, you know what we need? We need a first aid facility. I was going to say I wonder what we need, but I realize we do need a first aid facility. We could go for the Caribbean-themed one, which isn't bad. It is it's not that expensive either. I just think it's maybe a little bit... It's a little bit out there, isn't it? It's a little bit, like, outside of the theme we've been going for. So maybe what I'll do is I'll grab the... I could grab this and turn this into the first aid station. I think that I could turn this into it as well. But I think I'll grab this, duplicate it, and then bring it over this way and throw it as the first aid station sort of in somewhere over here, I guess. I guess here could work for the first aid station. Yeah, I like that. I think that'll look okay. Just throw it in there, then go and edit the building. So we'll take the sign off. We'll take that off. We'll take out the shop. We'll take that off as well. And we need to get our... I'll run the simulation while I'm doing this. Actually, no, I won't run the simulation while I'm doing this because it could very well be a little bit too pricey. So we do need to be careful. We'll get that archway in there. We can delete that light. And we're going to go to facilities. We're going to go to custom. We're going to grab this. And I'm going to throw it in there, I think. So you kind of walk into the building and then have to turn. Just so it's something a little bit different. I think it looks kind of cool. We'll get that in the front. And then hopefully... Oh, we're not going to be able to turn to the right. That's annoying. Let's see then. Can I delete that path? Then I want to move this entire building just back a bit. So like that. That'll do. I'm going to rotate it a little bit as well. I'll turn off angle snapping to do this though. So I'm going to sort of rotate it like that and put it there. Actually, I might put it over here. I think that's maybe a better spot. Sort of, it's not really visible from the whirly rig is the thing. So it might spoil the view of the carousel if I put it over where I was going to put it there. But I think here might be a decent enough location for it. So we'll get the path in. It's not actually going to let me, is it? It's not actually going to let me put the path in the way I want to put the path. All right. Good. Let's move it back. Hold on. How far can I move it back? I can move it back a little bit further. I don't want to get it too close to the roller coaster. That's the thing. Maybe there? Is it going to let me do the path the way I want to do it? It is. Better. Much better. All right. Can I get this to have like a right angle on it? I totally can. So let's do that. That looks okay to me. If a little bit strange. Definitely a little hint of strange there. But I think I can make it work. All we need to do at this point is get ourselves some signs on it. So, facility signs. The first aid one's obviously going to go right there. Then we're going to want to throw this one like above the door or something. That's weirdly off-center. That is very weirdly off-center. So sort of like that, I guess. And then like in a little bit. Is that I feel like that might be unnecessary, actually, having that one above the door. I kind of like the idea of raising it up and sinking it in a little bit like that. So you do have the little green... I think that looks okay. That'll do. And then for lights, I am going to want some lights. So decorations, let's go for... we could go for one of these. A little bit bright, though. Let's have a look at it at nighttime to see what's up. So, there we go. So if I was to put this just there... That actually lights that thing up kind of nicely. So let's do that. There we go. And then actually go ahead and do... I might do... Oh, that is a bright light. That's a really... How much is that? $2? That's a really interesting way to light up the roller coaster. That's a very bright area light as well. Let's see. What if I put it below the... Ooh. Oh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. Not that you're necessarily going to see it that much, but I like it. Let's do similar over there to light up that bit of the coaster. And let's actually just leave it kind of like that. So those two bits of the coaster are lit up. I do want to get some area lights in here. So I think like a little area light just hidden away back here could be an idea. So sort of in there, just to brighten up that space. And I think a little one just over here as well could be really useful to just brighten up some of this space as well. There we go. Oh, that works really nicely. I love those lights on the roller coaster though. That's really nice. Let's have a little look. What if we made it slightly more red? What if we made it very red? Okay, that just looks evil at this point. So let's maybe not do that. Here's a question though. Can I set this thing? Because I know you can set up triggers with a roller coaster. So if I grab the roller coaster and say triggers, edit triggers, place triggers along the track and attach them to animated scenery. So I'd like to add a trigger to that bit of track over there. I need to bring it up and around. So let's bring it over. Hold on. This is being really awkward. Bring it around like that. Then over like that. Then as you hit like there, I need to, how do I attach this? Attach to that. Then if I say test it, does the light switch on? What happens? Hold on. If I run the game. So it does switch the light on, which is pretty cool. And then that light needs to stay on for longer. So that light, that's apparently attached to first. Oh, I attached that to first aid. Whoops. That was a mistake. Let's set the trigger on that to be 8 seconds. And then I want to test the triggers. Actually, that coaster's going to test the trigger for me. So let's see. That comes down. That goes around the loop. So 8 seconds is a little bit long. Let's try 6. I just want it to light up while the coaster is going around the loop. That's all I'm looking for. Also, we're out of money. That's kind of to be expected, though. My rides and tickets aren't making me anything. That's not expected. Gotta be honest. That's not as expected. Now let's see. This thing is gonna come around, and then that's maybe 5 seconds would be the option then. It kind of seems like 5 is gonna be the right number for that floodlight. I guess we'll see. Once the coaster heads off. What kind of number have we got? 269. That's not enough people. I don't know why we don't have enough people. It is really confusing me. Oh, that was pretty much perfect. So the loop lights up as the coaster goes around it. I like that. I do like that. What's very tempting to do is get like a bunch of the colorable area lights and start trying to attach them to like start attaching them to like there. Because if I could do that, then I'd totally have the loop light up as they go around it. I just don't have the money, is the problem. The money doesn't currently exist, so we're not going to worry too much about it. So what does that look like when the coaster goes around? Oh, that's really cool, actually. That is really cool. I really like that. I really, really do. 276 people, losing a fair bit of money, but that is because we are researching. We have just got the fairy tale scenery theme. We're researching this. We are also, of course, paying back a loan, which I'm going to knock up to $1,000 per month. So it's only going to take 5 months as opposed to a year or whatever it was going to be. And I do feel like I need to put lights along this coaster track at some point, because it is quite dark, just in general. I think some lights around there might be a pretty good idea. And I also, oh man, I'm obsessing over the idea of setting up triggers to light up the whole way along that loop. It's so tempting. It really is. Let's have a look. Is this thing broken? No, there's actually, it's just not that popular. It's all, that's weird. Why isn't this popular? Why is this more popular? I have no idea. Also, is anyone going to the medical facility? Let's have a look. Yeah. No, people are going to it. I'm going to start charging them. Monthly running costs of $100. $2. $2.50 if you're feeling sick. We're gonna charge you because we made you sick. That's apparently how we work. Also, my roller coaster does not seem to be popular anymore, which is kind of annoying. I reckon I probably need to do a marketing campaign. I love that light. I love that so much. That's really cool. I do reckon we probably do need to do a marketing campaign to bring in some thrill seekers and all that stuff. So teenagers and adults. We probably want to bring in families. Wow, that when you're running the game sped up, that's terrifying. We probably want to bring in families as well, since we do have the 3 family rides, and those are the ones that are kind of, I guess, doing the worst out of the lot. So I guess we'll see what happens. We'll absolutely see what happens. The roller coaster's not that bad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Either way, folks, I'm going to leave it there for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been Planet Coaster Harder Mode Part 5. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.